channel. My name is Riley. Thank you for joining me this week. If you're new here, I appreciate you checking it out. If you are a long-term subscriber, you guys are awesome. Thank you for sticking with it. This week I thought I would take a closer look at yet again another little bit of a new edition. Yeah, I sort of got another edition, or two. So let's take a look. So, this has been something I've been planning for a while, and it kind of fits in the theme of the animals that I like to keep, being Australian or Australasian or Indonesian, stuff like that. And I've been in love with this species for a long time, and finally took the plunge in acquiring two beautiful baby Woma pythons. They're awesome. Look at how sweet. We'll start with the little Sheila here. This is a female. And Woma pythons are binomially named Aspidites ramsii, or Ramsey. Not sure how you pronounce that. But they are a species of python found in Australia, typically in southern Australia, a little bit through Queensland and some of the western areas as well. They kind of have a bit of a fragmented distribution, although they used to be kind of heavily, densely populated all over. They're now considered critically endangered in some regions. But they're quite prevalent in the hobby here in the US, and just a wonderful, wonderful little python, known for having all sorts of little attitude and spunk, but most notably known for this beautiful orange head and those little adorable eyebrow patches. So the reason why I finally picked these up was because, as you all know, I work for GX3 Reptiles, manage the shop there, and we've had some adults there for a while, and I actually helped facilitate bringing a new adult female shortly after getting hired on, and this male right here comes from a very unique reduced pattern female. But he is not reduced pattern. The male's pattern from the sire, really, his pattern dominated a lot. But what I couldn't resist about this boy is just how busy and crazy it is. It almost reminds me of a blackhead. And I'm really interested to see him change. He's got a very sooty nose. He's just very unique, a very different look from the female and the rest of the clutch. There were so many different looks, some genetic blackback animals, some very spotted animals almost in the dorsal. What's really neat, I don't know if you can see that, it's that kind of like burnt color. And then they all have these orange bellies. Now Womas typically have orange bellies, but a lot of the offspring from Grant's animals, Grant is the owner, seem to have a lot of black in them too, which is really cool. So, two very different looks going on here, you know. Like you can just look at them side by side. Very, very different animals. Different color, different busyness. Just amazing little snakes. And they're quite calm. Not sure why. A lot of the time they're notoriously sassy. The other thing they're known for is being kind of sneaky when it comes to biting. You'll hear a lot of accounts of everything just being fine while they're cruising around on your arm, then stopping, smelling, and chomping and grabbing on. So that's something to be mindful of. It's cute and funny when they're little, but when they're bigger, it's not the most comfortable thing. Now, one of the neat things about these pythons, here, let me me show you again another neat thing. There's so many neat things. So if you take a look, you will see a complete lack of labial heat pits that pythons have. Now, for the longest time, there's been hypotheses, speculation of maybe some extrasensory organ that these pythons have that just doesn't show in the sense of a labial pit. And one of the things to consider is what they're eating in the wild. They will naturally predate upon lizards, skinks, reptilian prey quite often, geckos. So if they're hunting ectothermic prey in a very warm environment, those heat pits aren't that much of an advantage. That being said, recently there have been some papers and some work that showed that right under here, right under their lip. My camera won't focus, but anyway, there's a little bit of a scale under their lip that has very, very sensitive nerve endings, organs. I'm not really sure how it works, but they can detect a bit of heat and chemical cues through a little under lip scale. So if I can get a hold of that article, I'll try and link it below. But anyway, they will use that in digging around, looking through sandy areas, maybe digging up eggs to eat, or burrowed animals, things like that. Who knows? But what I do know is that I'm very, very happy to finally have Woma pythons, and two really wonderful ones at that. So this girl, I can't wait to see her grow up. I can't wait to see both of them grow up, to be honest. So what I'll do now is I'll kind of close out and show you some photos of the parents. I've got some quick cell phone pics from work of the sire of both of the clutches and both dams. All three of the animals are unrelated, so it's a pretty diverse genetic pairing across the board. So very pleased about these. They are half siblings, but pretty unrelated beyond that. So yeah, so hope you can see those photos of the adults clearly and get a cool idea of what Woma pythons can look like as adults. And maybe this will spur your interest to go look into them further. I'm sure there's tons of wonderful videos of people finding them in the wild, or great, stock footage, really much better filming than I can do. But I figured I would at least introduce you to a species that maybe you haven't heard of, maybe something different, now that the world's opening back up. If you happen to be at a show that's starting to come back around, maybe you jump into something like this. So if you like carpet pythons and that's why you're here, then you definitely enjoy Woma pythons. Their care isn't much different, and they don't really get much bigger. Actually, they arguably stay smaller. So this little one, super cute. Alright, well, I'm going to leave you at that. Get yourself some Womas. Enjoy your Australian herbs. Hope you enjoy a quick little new pickup video. Kind of an old school one-take shot thing. So, alright. Catch y'all later. See you next week. And have a great summer. It's getting hot out there. Don't melt. Don't die. Stay warm. Stay cool. Stay whatever you're doing.